Let's all give a good toast to our people who are coming to our group and who are retiring. And then you can listen to the rest of my toast while you're drinking your champagne.
Cheers.
Cheers. These changes that we have bring opportunities for RAM to grow and become stronger. Throughout the years, RAM has made major changes depending on the medical, economic, and political environment. When Harry Rosenbaum started RAM in the 60s, radiation therapy was part of RAM. In the 70s, one of the partners, Alan Silverstein, separated from RAM and started the radiation therapy program that we know today at Middlesex Hospital. RAM's original partners, some of them are here, Lenny Stone, Bob Zavod. Harry Rosenbaum couldn't make it. Also then in the 70s, Ken Bird and Ray Osborne started, and they've also joined us today. In the early 80s, with the growth of radiology, RAM expanded hiring Eric Manis and Eric Pengu, and opened small offices in Marlborough, Middletown, and Guilford, as well as providing 2 radiologists for the DML group in Hamden and East Haven. Over the years, our ties to Middlesex has grown as our offices in Marlborough and Middletown became hospital imaging centers. In the late 90s, as the DML left our area, we retained the West Haven practice, and somewhere around 2002, when St. Rafe's group left Guilford, we took over the larger Guilford radiology practice that we know today as Guilford Radiology. Times continue to change. Equipment and service contracts are more expensive. The gold reimbursements for our exams continue to decrease, and the hospital's PAC systems are pulling the referrals from the private offices to the hospitals. With this trend, as many of you know, that earlier this year we sold the West Haven office to Milford Hospital and to the diagnostic medical labs, the diagnostic imaging at Milford, the radiologists, and I'm sure we'll be seeing the acquisition of Middlesex Radiology and Madison Radiology by Middlesex Hospital. Through these changes, RAM continues to be a strong business. We've modernized our billing service by going to third-party billing, trimmed down our radiology group to 11 radiologists. By making these necessary changes to our business, our profits continue to be strong, and the profits this year will be the second highest in the past 7 years, which is surely good in this economic climate. And our relationship with the hospital and our reputation in the medical community is excellent, and our future looks bright. With this, I'd like to introduce our new radiologists to our group, Adam Elias and Bruce Kovalenko. Adam did his medical training at the University of Massachusetts and his residency at Mount Auburn, part of Harvard, and did his fellowship in abdominal imaging at Mass General, and then just finished his MSK fellowship at Emory. He lives in Middletown with his wife, Ashley. Welcome, Adam. Bruce did his MD at New York University, then did his residency at Bridgeport Hospital here locally, a part of Yale, and is just finishing finished his fellowship at University of Penn in interventional, and he lives in Old Lyme with Catherine, his wife. Welcome. And today I'd also like to welcome one of our 2 new RAM partners, Sherry John. Julie Lee unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. She's on vacation in Oregon. Sherry did her MD and she also has a PhD in China. She'll be our 3rd MD PhD in our radiology group. She did spend a few years doing research at Harvard and then went on to do a residency in Wayne State, and her fellowship she completed, same as her, finished her fellowship in neuroradiology at Emory. She lives with her husband and family in Farmington, with her husband Cliff, who's also a radiologist at UConn. Sherry's been doing a wonderful job at modernizing our neuroimaging practice at Middlesex, and we welcome her as our new partner at RAM. to represent Julie, but Julie did her training, her MD at NYU, and then did her residency at UCLA, and did her IR fellowship at the Dotter Institute in Oregon, and she lives in Middletown. She'll also be joining us as a RAM partner. Now for our two guests of honor, Eric Pengu and Eric Mattis. I think of them as the last of the founding partners. They both shaped our organization and brought our business through many tough times with carefully thought out recommendations. Their retirement marks a great era in the history of RAM, and we all appreciate their dedication and hard work in our company. Eric Pengu, after getting his MD in Germany and doing his residency and IR fellowship at Yale, he spent a few years as an assistant professor at Yale and saw the light and came and joined RAM in 1980. Eric has always had a keen sense of business and, in my eyes, a true entrepreneur, bringing us DML and West Haven as well as building the Guilford practice. For the last 10 years of his career, Eric was the RAM's president and was a strong leader in our organization. We are fortunate that Eric's influence will not leave us just yet, as he will continue to work part-time for us at RAM. Eric Mattis, after doing his MD at Wayne State, his residency at Yale, did his cross-sectional fellowship at University of Colorado, came back and was the head of body CT at Yale for a few years, and joined RAM in 1983. During his 28 years at RAM, he was an influential and dedicated partner in our organization. For the past 20 years, Eric served as CFO. He had an excellent understanding of RAM's finances, provided stability to our group, and always provided the rational approach to a problem. Eric also played a lead role in the creation and growth of the Guilford office and ran the office for many years. For now, Eric will be retiring from the practice of radiology. Maybe he'll return. We'll miss him from our practice. And I have a note from Craig and Margaret, who couldn't make it tonight. Craig wanted to say the following. The Erics exemplify the best of RAM, excellent radiologists, hardworking and dedicated to the group. Both have always put their group first and willingly taken on leadership roles. I will be grateful for their service. I will always be grateful for their service and support during my chairmanship. Betty and Joan deserve a lot of credit for keeping them in line. I will miss working with the Erics, as I'm sure we all will, but wish them the best, and I know they'll be busy. So let's one final time raise our glasses to the retiring partners, Eric and Eric,